Okay, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. So let me tell you, me and Chester are here, honey. We got our glasses on, cause baby, we gotta be incognito. Sky here, he think it's funny, but it's serious. It's super, super serial over here right
I
now.
don't even know who I'm looking at.
Right? Is it me? Is it Chester? We all
I
in
don't know
black.
anybody I'm looking at. Let's
Yeah,
see.
girl, we in black. Put your glasses on, Chester, because baby, we can't let them see our face. Because baby, we got to go to the trap house, and we don't do this. We don't do this like this for real. Scott, do you be at the trap house?
I don't.
Well, we got to go there today because we on the case.
Nope.
Chester, go ahead, get out of here. Get out of here. Be incognito. Go across the street. Go across the street. Get across the street. Okay, y'all. Oh, girl, I'm so scared. Scott, I'm scared.
Yeah, I see the shoes on the telephone wire.
Oh Lord. Oh. Let's ask him why he know that. Okay, and here we go. Why does Scott know that the shoes on the telephone wire got something to do with something? Okay, we open, y'all. We open. Lord Jesus, we open. Okay, so today, oh, let me put this back up here. And y'all see I'm in all black because I'm incognito. Okay, so today we are doing, get over here. Well, we cooking. We definitely cooking. Got potato bar tonight. But we're doing Sherlock Holmes, of course, always. Let me take these glasses off. And the man with the twisted lip, honey. Honey. This is about a trap house. Like we literally start off going to the trap house and honey in with one. Okay. So let's tell the story. Sky, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are y'all ready? Because baby, we got to go. I want to put my glasses back on because I'm embarrassed. So anyway, I'm putting my glasses on because I'm scared, child. So anyway, we supposed to be doing arts and crafts. I forgot. Sorry, I'm doing my light bright, baby. Scott over here doing a puzzle. Okay, so here we go. So it's late. Now this is where Watson is married to his wife and whatnot. And so they sitting there, they about to get ready to go to the bed. Maybe they gonna do something nasty, maybe not. I don't know. They didn't say. And here come I'm sorry, let me make it loud. A knock on the door. And so they go, oh no, wait. Sorry, y'all. I need my notes. I ain't got my notes. Let me go to my purse. Get my notes. Okay, sorry, y'all. Oops. Oops. I need to know names. Okay, so the knock on the door, and in rushes a woman with a veil on, and she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And she runs over to Watson's wife. Probably because she knew better to run over to Watson's wife and don't run over to Watson, because that's just not like the story would have took a twist. Like we got to go to the hospital, y'all. But we're not doing that. So anyway, so the lady runs over to the wife and she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know where my man at. I don't know where I at. And so I guess I could take these off for now because we ain't at the trap house. We at Watson's house with his wife. So it's safe. Scott is safe. Okay. Is safe. So anyway, so the lady runs up and she's like, oh my God, girl, I don't know where my husband at. He missing. Oh my God. And so Watson's wife is like, girl, do you need me to send him on to the bed early? What you mean your husband? What, you can't find your husband? So the lady's like, no. Actually keep him because I need him to do something for me. So she pulls up her veil and it's Kate Whitney. We don't even really need to remember her name because this is her only part. But it's Kate Whitney. And so Kate, is Mrs. Watson's friend. And she's like, oh, girl, well, she basically is like, girl, well, your man got a habit. He got a habit, sis. He got a habit. So I don't know if anybody knows this, but y'all know how we got an opioid crisis going on right now? Opioids have been around for a very long time, okay? It was opium, like it was opium before, like girl, the poppy seed, child. So the poppy seed has been getting people nodding off for a very long time. So that's what her husband is hooked on. So we're not gonna call it opium because I don't know what Facebook do. Or I'm sorry, not Facebook. I ain't even on Facebook. I don't know what YouTube blots out or whatever. So we're gonna call it OPP. Scott, you down with OPP?
OPP.
Scott don't know how to do this. Period. Scott know how to do wait, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. Okay, Scott, you down with OPP?
Down with OPP, you know me.
He still didn't do it right. He supposed to just say, yeah, you know me, but whatever. We forget. We give Scott grace. So I'm gonna call it being down with OPP because her husband is really down with OPP. So, so she's like, I ain't seen him in 2 days. He left on Wednesday and he ain't been back. And so she looking at Watson like, hey, I know I didn't give you no hug or nothing, but could you just go on down to the trap house and go tell Isa, that's the husband name, Isa Whitney. Can you tell Isa, like, put down the pipe and come on home? And not like a rock pipe. This is an opium pipe. I think they were doing it out of pipes. I don't know what they're doing it with today, but I know back then it was pipes. I don't know what it is. So anyway, so could you go down there and tell him put the pipe down and come on home because I miss him, or whatever her issue was. So, Watson's like, well, he is my client, because Watson's a doctor. Don't forget that. He's Dr. Watson. So he's like, he is my client, and it's probably behooves me to go because you kind of young, dainty, and cute, and he been and sold you for some OPP. So it's probably best if I just go on down there and make him come on out. So she's like, oh my God, thank you. I will just be here with your wife. So, whatever. So Watson go on down there. And he's like, he goes to the door and he's knocking and they open it up and they try to hand him, this is going to be y'all know this is how we pretend to pipe, but this is just, I don't even know what kind of juice. It's a tropical Arnold Palmer. So Watson knock on the door. They let him in. They try to offer him a pipe. And he like, no, I'm not down with OPP. So you don't know me. So I'm here to get Isa Whitney. And so they just point over and girl, he just sitting over there looking like a big old loser. Just looking like a big old loser. Just talking about, oh my God. And he said, he was like, I can't do nothing right. Oh my God. This, that, and the third and whatever. I'm a victim. Even though, sir, your wife a victim because clearly you ain't paying no bills because you down there smoking up the money. Okay? And you clearly ain't satisfying a woman because she got to send Watson over there to get you. But whatever. So anyway. So he's like, oh my God, I got to get home because poor Kate. Like now it's poor Kate, sir. Now it's poor Kate. So, all of a sudden, Watson trying to escort this man out and he feel a little tug on him. Oh, you know what, y'all? Y'all didn't remind me. I'm supposed to, girl, we are where we don't. Girl, oh my God. So, Scott, why didn't you remind me to put my glasses back on?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God, these people, they gonna know it's me. They gonna think I'm down with OPP. So, he tried to escort him back and he feel a little tug. He thinking it's one of the people that are down with OPP. And he hear a little whisper in his ear. We back to the whisper song, y'all. And the dude like, hey, go back a couple of steps, turn around and look and see what you see. And so Watson do it because this is different. This is different. This is new. This is his first time at the OPP place. And already somebody's a fan. So he does what this person says, turn around, guess who it is?
Sherlock Holmes.
It's Sherlock Holmes. He didn't put on his costumes again because don't forget, the theater missed out on a bomb actor. But we did get a good detective and we got a good story. So anyway, he like, girl, sir, what you doing here? What you doing here? So sorry, I can't see the colors with these glasses, so I'm gonna have to take these off. Sorry. It was good while it lasted. Maybe I'll put the little kitty glasses on, girl. Yes. We in the Matrix. Scott, I look like we in the Matrix. I look like Morpheus.
You do.
I do, look. Put a thumbs up in there if I look like Morpheus, girl. I look like you want red or blue pill. What you want? Chicken or beef? So anyway, so he like Holmes, because Holmes be doing the booger sugar, as they say. I've heard it called that before. And so he thinking, oh my God, this dude did jump to the OPP. And so he's like, look, I know you tripping, but just go outside. I'm gonna meet you out there in 5 minutes. Put that dude, put him away, honey. Put Isa away, honey. He ain't going nowhere. And meet me outside in 5 minutes. So Watson Watson pays Isa's tab. Like, girl, there's no way. Kate would have to pay me back. Somebody would have to pay me back because ain't no telling how much that man been in there smoking. He was there for 2 days. Scott, how much do you think he was smoking? Put in the comments how much you think he was smoking. He was there for 2 days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wednesday. Watson said it was Friday. He left Wednesday. Watson said it was Friday. And then he up in there talking about no, it just can't be Friday. My poor Kate. Sir, get it together. Just get it together. So anyway, Watson paid his probably high tab. And then he puts him in a cab and sends him on back to the wife. This is why I said we ain't really need to know Kate's name. So, whatever. So, he wait outside. Here come Holmes. Now, Holmes, again, remember, Watson in the last story, I think it was called The King and his Sneaky Link. Go check that one out. That's cute. Now, Holmes be playing, not only do he dress the part, Holmes is the part, honey. He is the part, okay? He is the essence of whatever he's playing. So he's playing the OPP man, and so my dude's hunched over, staggering. He over there like, oh my God. He probably should have been nodding because that's what I heard happens, but whatever. And then he gets far enough away, and he's like, okay, I could be me. And so he started chuckling. He like, you probably thought I had a habit, didn't you? I'm on a case. And hey, don't you want to come on the case with me? And so, of course, Watson like, girl, me and my wife was just about to go to bed, and maybe it would have been a magical night. But I'd rather hang out with you and go on this case. So guess what? Y'all coming on the case too. Scott, you on the case too.
Right.
So, he was like, cool. Oh, I meant to say this before Isa got put on the thing, because he sent a note with Isa to the wife like, hey, I found Sherlock Holmes in the trap house. So we gonna go on the case. Like, that is an understanding woman. Scott, if I went down to the trap house to go get somebody out of it and sent I guess nowadays it'd be a text back and said, hey, I'm on a case with whatever one of my homegirls' name is, what would you think?
I don't know. I think
late at night.
About it.
You wouldn't be too happy about it?
No.
I wouldn't either, but hey, this is their lives. This is our lives. This is what we're doing. So, he's like, they're driving in there, and so they get them a cabbie. And so they're clumping along. And so Watson's like, okay, so what happened? So Holmes is like, you probably thought I got a little habit or whatever, but that's not what I am. I'm on the case. And so Watson's like, okay, if you want me on the case, don't you want to tell me what's going on? He didn't say it like that. That's just what I would have said. That's just me. But he basically was like, you gotta fill me in while we, on our way. And where are we going, by the way? And so Sherlock is like, oh, we're going to my friend, or we're on a case for Mrs. St. Clair. Her husband is Neville St. Clair. And, she can't find her husband either. This is like the case of the missing husbands. Scott, did you want to just go ahead and disappear too?
No.
We can find Scott too. It'd be like, where's Waldo everywhere? So anyway, so he's like, her husband missing too, So he's like, she got me staying at her house. I don't know why. This may be a sneaky link situation too, now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't think about this. Sherlock Holmes kind of a little bit like Jerry Springer. He catch all the crazy cases. Like, remember Jerry Springer? Shout out to Jerry Springer, R.I.P. So anyway, so, you know, he's staying at her house. So he's like, Watson, she got an extra bed. You could just stay there too. This is turning into something maybe interesting. I don't know. Scott, what are you thinking? Usually you're the one who thinks like this. Yeah. Huh? I really don't understand why he's staying at her house, because clearly they're close, because Watson just, you know, went to the trap house. So they're in London. So I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. So
we're here to find out.
Well, no, it never explained. I'm gonna tell the story and then y'all put in the comments why y'all think he's staying at her house, because there's no reason why. So anyway, besides some bouncing about, that's my guess, and I could be wrong, and I guess we'll never know. So they go to her house, and as they're going, Holmes is telling him the story. So old girl came over, Miss St. Clair came over looking for her husband, because, you know, she don't really know what he does for employment, but she just does know he does like consulting or something, some kind of consulting with rando people. She doesn't really know what he does, but he does leave every day and go into town, and, you know, he takes the train into town at a certain time, like we'll say 5, and by 5 he back, so he's doing whatever. And so she was like, you know, it's cool, we got tons of money, we wealthy, honey, so we doing good, so I don't care what he does as long as he come home by 5:15. I think it said 5:15. So one day it was just random, but she had to run some errands like in the city. They're kind of in the outskirts. They're in the like suburbs. So they had to run some errands in the city, and, you know, somebody sent her a little telegraph. She had to go visit her friend or whatever and run some errands. And she's out and about in the city where her husband says he goes, and she's looking up, and all of a sudden she just see her husband in the window of the trap house. She's hanging out in a window. This ain't a window, but baby, he hanging out in the window, and all of a sudden he see his wife. He's like, oh shit. So she said all of a sudden she see him there, and she's like, what is he doing in the trap house? And, you know, all of a sudden he's like, oh my God, somebody's grabbing me. They're taking me away. And he's screaming, and somebody grabs him, and she's scared for her husband, even though, girl, we need to figure out why is he in the trap house, but it doesn't matter. In the upstairs floor of the trap house, you know, and now he's getting kidnapped all of a sudden because you saw him there. And she goes and she pounds on the door, and I don't know what the person who owns the trap house, I don't know what his name is, but the person that owns the trap house is like, nope, ain't nobody up there, go away. And so she's like, nuh-uh, I know my husband up there because I saw him, and I saw him get kidnapped. So she's like, she goes and gets the police, the normal thing. And so the police come, and they like, sir, you gonna open this door? And he's like, yes, absolutely. And so he opens the door, and they go up to the second floor, and there is a beggar there. Bet you didn't expect that. I mean, it is a trap house. So there's some old, like they say, ugly, twisted lip. Scott, is my lip twisted? I just saw that chick with the cryptocurrency, the rapper girl, do it. Oh, I did it. Look.
There you go.
He had a twisted lip like that. I can't redo it. So just, yeah, rewind that. I did look like, I can't do it again. I did look like Sylvester Stallone. Rewind it back if you want to see it again. I don't have muscle memory for twisted lip. So they see a man sitting there with twisted lip. He's a beggar, which makes sense. I mean, it is a trap house. So they are like, hey, did you see Mr. Neville St. Clair. And he's like, no, I ain't seen no. I'm just sitting up here doing whatever beggars do on the second floor. I'm just here with nobody else but me. And they look around the room and they find the husband's clothes up there. His clothes there, and there's a whole bunch of pennies and coins and stuff in his pockets. And they're like, girl, wait, what? Or wait, no, they found that in the river. But they found some of his items, and they found blood on the windowsill. And she's like, I told you somebody came up in here. I just randomly saw my husband, and somebody pulled him back, and yeah, he was in the trap house. So again, she's taking this very well, because I'll be like, I'm sorry. I don't know why my husband was here. Scott, if I was in the trap house on the second floor and you saw me randomly when you didn't expect me to be in town, what would you think?
I would think that you're trying to hide something from me.
Well, that's definitely what was happening. That is something people hide sometimes. So, they look around, they found some items of clothes. There was some blood on the windowsill. And then they look there was, I guess, a river behind them. And his clothes were in there with a bunch of pennies, sinking them down to the bottom. And they didn't go with the current. So that's why they found it. So they like, something really happened here. Where is Mr. Neville St. Clair? Where is he at? And the beggar like, oh, I'm doing it again. No, I'm not. The beggar's like, girl, I don't know. I told you I don't know. So they looked at his finger, some kind of way. They was like, you did it. You did it. Because the person that like owns the trap house, he was busy doing what people who own he had witnesses. Probably. So, they take him on to jail. And that's that on that about that. So they arrive at Mrs. St. Clair's house. And, she comes up to Holmes and she's like, what did you find out? Oh, my God. Could you just tell me something about my husband? I ain't seen him in forever, girl. What's happening? And so he's like, nothing. He was like, I ain't seen no peep from him. Ain't nobody seen him, whatever. And so she's like, well, what do you think? Like, do you think maybe he's alive? Do you think he's maybe checked up upstairs, not in the trap house, but all the way like upstairs, unalived kind of thing? Do you think, like, what do you think? And Sherlock is like, I think he's unalive. Like, I don't think he around no more. I think he gone, honey. Ain't nobody heard nothing from him. He gone. And she was like, now she was getting on my nerves. She was like, well, what about this letter from my husband that just came today? What about this letter? So, girl, I want to just take a peek at her behavior real quick. Why did you ask him all that if you were convinced that he wasn't unalive because you had the letter? Like, why did you play them games? Why didn't you say, hey, Holmes, this letter came from my husband. What you think? Like, girl, why you play them games? But anyway, so he does what Sherlock Holmes does, what the military used to tell me was attention to detail. And he looks over the letter and he's like, okay, some things have been rushed over here. There's 2 different inks going on. Like, girl, somebody wrote this for him. But she's like, no, but this is his handwriting. And he's like, okay, I don't know. So he was like, you know what I need to do? Ponder. I need to just rack my brain. Just think about some stuff. So he does this thing where he gets his little, not from the trap house pipe, but his pipe with tobacco pipe. And he just sits there with they say his chin is on his chest and he's just thinking. It's okay. And so, he does it for like a long time. Because Watson then went to bed, woke up. I think it was like a whole day this man just sat there. He can meditate, honey. He's a meditator. And so finally he's like, Eureka. Light bulb on. Eureka. And he's like, I know what happened. He was like, you know what? We need to go on to the jail. What do you think happened, Scott? Did you have a Eureka moment? I didn't. Oh, okay. I only had a eureka moment because I read it. Because I've been in these streets right here with these people. I've been in these streets. So anyway, so the eureka moment, he's like, let's get on down to the jailhouse real quick. Let's go visit that man with the lip. Oh, I think I just did it again. Let's go check that for that dude with that lip, that weird lip thing going on. And so they go. And so they asked the guy, that the jailer, like, girl, what? How has dude been? How has he been? Has he been okay? Is he okay? What he do? And the jailer was like, yeah, he been washing his hands. He just won't wash the rest of his body. He nasty. He gonna wash up. He nasty. And so Holmes is like, So Holmes had brought, like, let me just grab this paper towel, and this is water. And he rubs this man's face, and boom, guess who it is, Scott?
Who is it?
It's Mr. St. Clair. It's Neville St. Clair. It was him. He was the man with the twisted lip. And so Mr. St. Clair is like, okay, you got me. You got me. No, he didn't say that. He was scared because he was like, oh, they didn't put me in jail. I ain't even do nothing. They put me in jail for unaliving, and I ain't even do nothing, but I couldn't say nothing because I didn't know if it was a crime or not. And I didn't want my wife to get me. Probably number one was the wife getting them. Scott over here laughing. Let me tell you, Scott did something to his car. Scott told me to tell personal stories. We're gonna tell personal stories about him. Scott did work on his car, but I think he didn't tighten something, and the transmission fluid was all everywhere. And I kept telling him, just take it to the shop, just take it to the shop, just take it to the shop, just take it to the shop. And so his car stopped out there. Well, no, I don't get in cars where, if I don't know if it's all the way fixed, because I'm not going to be on the side of the road when I got a perfectly good running car there, because I take it to the shop. So, I told him no for his car. So he does this stuff to it, and he ends up on the side of the road doing a test on it. Scott, how would you have rather did anything but call me to hear the told you so?
Yeah.
That's the twisted lip right there. See? So this man sat there and sat in jail for all that time and sent that letter to that woman. Oh, wait, I'm telling it before I tell the way he told it. Kind of out of sequence. So the homie was like, yeah, they didn't put me in here for me, but I didn't know if I did a crime. I didn't know, I didn't want my wife to run out, that kind of thing. So he's like, I had a job as a journalist. And he was like, that was cool. I was making some money. No big deal. And he said, one time they sent me on a assignment to, like, interview beggars and see what that was like. And he was like, I got dressed up full costume because I used to be an actor, in my younger days. And he was like, I got dressed up full costume, had a twisted lip. And, I sat and I did what they did so I could write the story on it. But he was like, I looked at my pockets. And baby, I made more money doing that than I was doing journalism. And so he's like, I went back to the journalism thing. I wrote that story up, but I was like, I just couldn't get it off my mind. It was just calling me. It was calling me. It didn't text, it called. And so he was like, I figured I could make more money than that. I quit that journalism job and I started doing this, and baby, we done got rich. Because they were well-to-do. Don't forget that. They well-to-do. So, he was like, I had been doing this for a long time, met my wife, got married, all this stuff. And he was like, told her whatever, she was down because money was flowing. She ain't care. And then he said, he was like, I would get changed because the way where I would go collect my begging money. He was like, where I collected my begging money was right outside that trap house over there. So he was like, I just paid the dude a couple of dollars and he would let me put on my costume and my makeup upstairs in the second floor. So he was like, I have been doing this for a long time. And all of a sudden, one day I'm looking out the window after I take my costume off and there goes my wife looking up at me. What? And so he said he freaked out and he told dude, don't let her in here. You know how men he panicking when a don't let her up here. She crazy. And so dude pushed him away until he couldn't no more. And at that point, old boy put his little twisted lip beggar costume back on and was just sitting there. And he threw the clothes out the window. He cut his finger open just so it looked like he was taken. I don't know what that part was about. And you know, he went on and played his role, but then he got thrown in the he got the clank put on him, the prison time. And so he didn't know what to do. And so Sherlock is just looking at him like, you fool. And, you know, the police is like, well, we guess we got to let you go because we can't jail you for if you're alive as the girl in costume. And so, you know, that concluded the story. This man was out here begging. Oh, he promised not to beg no more. He said he's going to go get a regular job. He's not. He's going to go to another corner, child. Girl, he going to go out of town. He gonna go out of town to the other part of London, child, so he could keep on doing what he doing. That man didn't cost him easy money. He gonna keep doing it, child. So, of course, I always gotta say the lessons learned. Scott, what lessons did you learn? Y'all could put lessons in comment section if you want. Scott, what lesson did you learn from this story? There's always a lesson.
You know, don't find yourself until tied from your wife.
Definitely don't do that. Especially if I'm your wife, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not gonna end well. Okay, any other lessons that you feel like you came out of this, shook out this story?
I like that one.
Okay, I have a couple of lessons. Number one, this has been said many times, many ways, and it ain't Merry Christmas. Look, what's done in the dark will come to light. Skeletons will fall out of the closet. The truth will set you free. Look, don't be up there lying, honey. He should have, and I think in there Sherlock Holmes said, why didn't you tell your wife? At least get her in on the gag so she don't come. Like, you didn't got, girl, anyway. Just tell the necessary people, I guess, the truth, but really just be honest, honey. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I'm a whole black woman. We kind of known for being honest. They think it's angry. It's just honesty, child. People don't like the truth. But you're going to have to tell the truth. And if she didn't like it, just leave her and go beg near the trap house, I guess. I don't know. Number 2 lesson. Do I have a number 2? Oh, I got to get back on Mr. Ian Whitney. Isa. I don't know why I want to call him Ian. Isa Whitney. Look. Drugs are a thing, honey, okay? And I think a lot of people use drugs to kind of escape themselves. They're trying to escape something that they don't want to acknowledge, and they think it's fun with the drugs, but it just becomes something worse because the wife then got involved, Watson then got involved. When, man, just handle your demons, child. Just handle them demons. Like, it's usually the call coming from within that you trying to unplug with the drugs. And you see how it ended up, this man up in there for 2 days. Watson got to pay his stuff. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop running from yourself. I think Lenny Kravitz got this song called Where Are We Running? And he pretty much says that. Where are we running, honey? You running from yourself. And just causing more problems than the initial one, probably. So that's all I have. This is a pretty short one. This is what I did. It's coming along. I'll have a short on the full Monty here. But thank you guys for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, this entertained you. I think we only got like 2 more stories left in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. We're getting through this really quick. We have been on a lot of cases. This is crazy. But anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Have a good night. Hope, peace, love, and happiness to you. Bye, 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 bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Oh, I'm not a good YouTuber or Twitcher. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Bye, 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 bye.